Hey, what's going on? It's Brail Watson. As you know, our goal here at Braillionaire is to change the world through music, and I've been off doing that. So my apologies that I wasn't able to get a video out last week. Wait, last week? Dang! I've been trying to do this vlog for 2 weeks! But I did want to give you guys a little follow-up on my trip to Karlovy in the Czech Republic. No, I was not in Prague. That's just where the airport was. Where I was actually a city about an hour-and-a-half drive away called Karlovy Vary. Karlovy Vary. That's kind of how I was saying it before, because I didn't know anything about the Czech language. In English, it's translated as Carlsbad. And yes, that means all the places named in the US, or all the brands, they are named after this city. Oh, and it's where Queen Latifah filmed that last holiday movie, right here at the Hotel Poop, which I got a picture of. In case you just wanted to know that, I guess. Okay, look. And it's also where Antonín Dvorak, one of my favorite composers, premiered the 9th Symphony in Bohemia, which is where he's from. So the worldwide premiere was here in the US, but the one for his home was there. It's a beautiful place full of history and culture, but it's mostly known for its mineral hot springs. In fact, there's a promenade where you can go there and get a little cup like this one that I bought for my daughters and dip it in the water of one of the hot springs and drink from it. It's like a big touristy thing, so I mean, I'd never do that. We can edit this out, right? So after saying goodbye to my wife and daughters, which some of you had some insight to from my last video, I left for the Czech Republic. It took about 5 million years to get off the ground, but after that, I played a lot of Sonic Mania, ate a lot of food, learned a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ combos, and chilled until no one around me spoke English. And I had an amazing time. I was blessed to be a part of a festival called Musicians. This festival was all about music and education. So I was a guest lecturer teaching voice and R&B and hip hop styles to international students with a team of some of the world's greatest musicians. I mean, we had acts like Plenty, Simon Phillips, like the drummer from Toto and Judas Priest, Dave McKay, Adam Ben Ezra, Emmanuel Capulet, Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater, and a host of equally talented artists. Everybody was flames. We taught students by day. We'd get up in the morning and have breakfast at the hotel, and then we could go do some master classes, and we had lunch at noon, and then we started teaching from 2 o'clock to 5. Then we had dinner. Then we taught, like, the students were grouped into bands, and we taught the bands from like 7 to 9. So it was a full day. So we taught students by day, and then we drank and kicked it at our own private pub at night, which none of us really wanted to do because the days were so long. So most of the time we passed on that and did something else, but we appreciated the thought. Oh, dig this. Now, did I mention that that pub is also where the 9th Symphony was premiered? One of the greatest pieces of music to ever hit the world premiered in the place where we drank. And we had a jam there, and I got to start out the jam. So I got to just freestyle in the place where one of the greatest composers in the world premiered one of the greatest works in his life. Score one for the culture, man. You can't hold me. I apologize. I was not very Christ-like. God is good. But it was a week of insane experiences, exercises in patience, great rewards, awesome people, and mad heavy food, which I loved. That was creepy. My bad. All with a beautiful historic backdrop and the sickest playlist you've ever heard, provided live by my own colleagues. It was a beautiful experience, and I can't wait to go back at some point. The relationships I formed with both my students and my peers are ones that I hope stay alive for years to come. Speaking of which, I've recently felt that teaching was a big part of my calling, and so I took that part of this opportunity very seriously. It was incredible, some of the things that I got to see, that I got to witness. I never realized how connected people are with their voices. I mean, I had a student write to me when I got back via Facebook and say that she looks at the world differently. She looks at herself differently after our lessons. I mean, the students we had, they weren't like kids. They were like my age, a little younger. I'm 28 and older, so like 25 to like in their early 40s. I mean, we had some, you know, they were adults. They knew what they wanted out of life. I mean, we had some heavy conversations. When I got back, I wrote a status that said, sometimes we internalize people's criticisms of ourselves so much that we find ourselves defending them instead of speaking the truth of who we actually are. I mean, we got into some stuff like that, like dealing with personal insecurities, blame shifting of other people, the way we look at ourselves, the way we look at relationships, the way we value people. I mean, in order to become better singers, we had to deal with all of that, which I never realized how closely related our lives and our voices are. But yeah, it was really dope. I mean, I walked away with new knowledge of myself as a teacher, how to book tours, new opportunities to play in other countries and different states, and great relationships. But now I'm back, and it's back to the grind. I'm working on releasing a series of small EPs, about 5 tracks or so. And all of these brief EPs will be genre specific. One for hip hop, one for R&B, and one for singer-songwriter. I hope that you'll find something that you really enjoy. They'll all be on iTunes, Spotify, etc. But before that, we'll be doing a music video shoot for my song, Tup Tim Tai, at the restaurant Tup Tim Tai. So I'm super hyped about that. I know a lot of you guys like that song, so if you want to be in the video, I wanted to make sure you had the opportunity to do that. We'll be shooting on August 29th and 30th. So that's Wednesday and Thursday of this upcoming week, which is why I wanted to get this video out to you guys a little early. And so make sure you check below for details in the shoot. And that's my update. So if you would like to follow or support what I do in changing the world through music, then you can check us out at www.patreon.com/Braillionaire. The link is in the description. And speaking of which, shout outs to my Braillionaires: Todd K. Beamer, Alfredo Mercado, Kate Golden, Dario Haynes, Pierce Odegaard, David Chronister, Nicole Ross, and our newest patron, the Social Butterflies, for making videos like this possible. I hope y'all stay blessed. If you like the video, peep the rest. And you know what they say, once you go Braille, then something that rhymes with that. I'm out. Aha, aha. Wild West, West, Desperado, rough fighter, no, you don't know how to run this, gun in this, but I'm in this buffalo soldier, look just like I told you.